The Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday adjourned till July 8 to hear a suit filed by the immediate past national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshiomole, to stop his possible arrest over an indictment contained in a white paper issued by the Edo State government. Justice Ahmed Mohammed had on June 17, 2020 reaffirmed a restraining order which he earlier issued on June 1st, 2020, stopping parties in the suit from acting on the report. On Monday, he adjourned the matter till July 7th because the 5th and 6th respondents had not been served the processes. The Edo State government had set up a judicial commission of inquiry led by Justice James Oyomire, retired, to investigate and make recommendations over the construction of the Edo Specialist Hospital and supply of equipment for the hospital during Oshomole's tenure as Edo State governor. The commission, in its report, indicted Oshomole's administration for breach of the state public procurement law as part of the 8 recommendations contained in the white paper which the state government issued on the strength of the report. The GCI urged the Ministry of Justice to institute civil and criminal actions against those found culpable in the breach of the law. Oshiomole had, through his lawyer, Ehioge West Idahosa, filed an application on May 27, 2020, seeking an order restraining the respondents from acting on the recommendations contained in the report. The respondents to the suit are the Edo State government, Godwin Obaseki, the Inspector General of Police, and the Department of State Services. All the respondents had filed separate notices of preliminary objection to challenge the court's jurisdiction to hear it. Justice Mohammed had restrained parties from making any step in the suit pending the determination of whether or not the court had jurisdiction to hear it. My goodness. The I don't know, the impunity in this country is on the rise. It's really on the rise. If it's only this all this the so-called big leaders or politicians or big men that once they are being accused of one thing, they would not be running for meta scatter. If you know that you have done the right thing, you go to court and explain yourself. This idea of restraining to stop, to do this and that, we are still having the same problem with the former governor of Rivers State, Odili, about how many billions naira, over 100 billion naira allegation against him. Now, let them do the needful. Let them look into the matter, whether he's guilty or not. They are saying, no, they should not do that. Why? If you have not done anything wrong, if you know that you have served very well, you will go there and defend yourself. You bring out the evidence. This issue of a restraining, not restraining, and all of that is something that I don't just understand. They will be telling you they are this, they are this. Oh, we all know what is happening. And how do you expect this country to have a clean record when the so-called people who are saddled with the responsibility of handling or manning the affairs of this country, they will dip their hands inside the cookie jar? We know that in our treasury, in the whether state or federal coffers, monies have developed wings. They've developed legs and hands. They will just be flying out there. Who are the people responsible? Is it not the same people who are the custodians of those assets of the state? Are they not the ones who are culpable? Is it an ordinary man on the road? We talk about those who are involved in all this involved in yahoo stuff. No, tell me how these so-called leaders are better than them. Of course, we know this the issue of this Edo State hospital. What has been happening? That Oshiomole, according to what they are telling us, according to what the governor is telling us, that they went to go and rent what is it called, equipment for them to be able to commission the hospital. Of course, they have done major work in that place. That's why you say that almost all of these things that they do, there is always fraud in it. They will pad budget, they will do a manner of things. I don't understand. I don't just understand. How do you expect the world to respect us when they see our politicians, when they see what our politicians do, then you expect them to respect ordinary people? It's not going to be possible. And few individuals too are doing their own thing, rubbing it on others, making it seem as if the whole country is just full of fraudsters. If you know you have done XYZ, you go to court and explain yourself. And it is not even the issue of the state government now, because it's an individual right from the time Oshiomole finished his tenure. They've been going to court that a lot of discrepancies, a lot of things are, a lot of fund misappropriation went wrong during his time. And since that time, they've been avoiding that Oshiomole should go to this thing. And we have been seeing the likes of other people in opposition party. Before you know it, they've thrown them into court cases for them to answer. They are in court here and there. Even me too, Ulisa Mituna, I think he's been jailed because of all this misappropriation of funds here and there. Until the leadership begin to do the right thing, because the power that be see the one that is still affecting or still covering or try to to favor Oshiomole, because I don't know why all of this stop and here and there. I know there's a form of interpretation to this news, but it goes beyond that. We know what has been happening, because this is not today. This is not today. Whether they have a jurisdiction or they don't have jurisdiction, it's neither here nor there. This thing has been lingering for a very long time. It is not even only the hospital. We have other things that somebody, an individual, has accused, have taken him to court. Up to now, we are not hearing anything. Before you know it, they will do manipulation here and there, and you will not hear anything. But when they see a ordinary person who steals a pencil or biro or goats or mobile phone, oh my goodness, before you say Jack Robinson, they've thrown the person inside jail. You see the kind of system that we have. This country, it is only God that is just sustaining this country, especially those who have genuine hearts to do things. It is just only God. It's only God that is just, why would people not resort to God? Definitely, it is God that is helping everyone. But there are some things God Himself has already placed in our hands that we should do, so that will not be disturbing Him. Little things, we'll go back to God. Of course, we know that God is our background. We know that. But for Him not to be disturbed, He has given us brain to do some things. But because of the way things are, every little thing, we want to, like a fashola said, oh, you did this and that, you have a one thing, you celebrate God, you call God, this and that. And a lot of people did not understand. Oh, like this man is trying to uh, put down the relevance of God, or to diminish the relevance of God in our lives. No, that's not what he means. Because everything God, 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 God. And God Himself has given us that's a power to be able to do things, giving us brain to be able to reason, but we still go back to Him. That is why in this country, it's just every little thing we say God, because these people that God has put in, God has put them, He has placed them to be able to man the affairs of this country. They are just something else. We know that in other climes a lot of things are happening, but in this country, Nigeria is just a free for. The impunity, the shenanigans, abnormalities is just on the rise. It's just on the rise. If you have not done anything, if you know that you have said perfectly well, you go to court and answer your case. How can people just, instead of you getting equipment, and meanwhile the money has been paid upfront? That is even another challenge. The money has been paid upfront, and you went to go and borrow equipment just for the decoration, just for the commissioning. If that is not the case, if not, that is not the issue, then you will go to court. All this restraining, stop this and this and that, adjourning, postponing the evil day. Everybody, we know what we know. Everybody knows what he or she knows concerning all these people. Like they always say, a clear conscience fears no accusation at all. Fears no accusation. It's just really terrible. And they are the ones that we're accusing. And this kind of people, they will be accusing people, oh, PDP this, PDP this, PDP that. I mean, what they are doing is even worse than what others are doing, that they are accusing other people of doing. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning this whole thing. Because here's Oshiomole suit to stop plant arrest July 1st. Leave your comments and let's have your take.